When we see a movie, we always wonder about the production value, the things that go into it, and what the director sees for his quote-unquote vision. We've seen this with many directors in the past: Tobe Hooper, Wes Craven, and of course Alfred Hitchcock. But today I'm going to be talking about a special director who has both shot the bounds of movies and created a new standard for cinema. This director is Stanley Kubrick. Kubrick, if you do not know, has created many memorable films: A Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket, and his most famous, The Shining. Kubrick invented many techniques that have allowed him to create many beautiful ways to capture scenes for these films that have been both moving and powerful and sometimes tense and terrifying to the audience, creating that impact that they needed. And these three techniques have allowed him to perfect a formula to create the perfect movie. His first technique that he's used is reshoots. Reshoots are reshooting the same scene over and over again. Today, it's just common knowledge to have a reshoot. We hear it sometimes with movies like Suicide Squad. But with Kubrick, he wouldn't stop at just 10 or 20. He would go up to 150, 140. But man, let me tell you, those scenes he made, pretty good. But it did come at a cost with some of the actors not generally being happy with it. But in the end, it did create some really gripping scenes. For example, the Shining staircase scene where Jack is chasing up Lily right up the stairs. Now, for his second technique, it's also focusing on the scenery and time that his set needs to take place. Kubrick was a stickler for how everything needed to be in his film. He wanted it to make it feel like you were in that time presence. For example, the barracks of Full Metal Jacket. They were perfectly crafted to be a military bunker / barracks to be for the training of soldiers during the Vietnam War. Focused on every aspect, down to the uniform, down to the bed, and down to the painting of the walls, to make sure it felt like it was where a soldier needed to be for his uniform training. And of course, he made sure that everyone on set had the same haircut, the same style, and the same equipment and glasses that they had to wear for each and every scene they needed to be in, for both historical accuracy and the perfection of a scene that he needed. Finally, is the atmosphere that he had to set for his crew. Kubrick had, of course, needed to make sure that his crew needed one thing for the film: a strict focus. Kubrick made sure everyone knew what scenes he needed to be shot and knew what had to get done, even on a strict timeline. Many cases of this have appeared during Clockwork and The Shining, where, of course, most of the presence of this confined timing and shooting have left a strain on the team, but, of course, with enough focus and direction by Kubrick, the scene was able to forthcome and then become more of an impact towards what needed to be created for these scenes to thrive and grow into the historical annals of film. With these techniques, Kubrick has opened up a new pathway of sorts for film to grow and expand its new imagery in ways that they can perfect a scene to be quote-unquote Oscar-worthy. Without these techniques, we wouldn't have films that come out today such as Lincoln or Joker. No perfection, just sloppy artistry. And with the known causes of what we can do, thanks to this man's teachings of how we can focus on a society that is more focused on action and explosives, maybe we can need to go back and look at the artistry of film itself by the way that Kubrick has established it. Thank you.